What heaven-defying treasure did Cai Lin dig out from the Nine Serene Yellow Springs, for the heavenly demon Phoenix clan to mobilize its entire race and launch a siege to seize it by force, even frightening the Nine Serene deep-ground python tribe into trembling? In the original plot of Battle Through the Heavens, the heavenly demon Phoenix clan went far beyond the line this time. They actually set their sights on Xiao Yan's wife, Cai Lin. This was no minor dispute. The one leading them was the clan chief of the heavenly demon Phoenix clan himself, Huang Tian, a peak expert at the late stage of the Five-Star Dou Saint level. He personally led the clan's army and surrounded the headquarters of the Nine Serene deep-ground python tribe so tightly that not even water could pass through. They made only one demand: hand over Cai Lin, who was cultivating in seclusion deep within the secret realm of the Nine Serene Yellow Springs. When the news reached Xiao Yan, he erupted in fury. His aura surged violently, and the terrifying power bursting from him nearly shattered the surrounding mountains. The situation had already become tense to the extreme, like a drawn bowstring ready to snap at any moment. The reason Xiao Yan reacted so fiercely was complicated, and every part of it was tied to the heavenly demon Phoenix clan. Earlier, in order to help the ancient Void Dragon tribe escape their predicament, Xiao Yan had acted without mercy and captured the young clan leader of the heavenly demon Phoenix clan, along with 2 Dou Saint elders, using them as hostages. From that moment on, the two sides formed a hatred that could no longer be resolved. On top of that, Xiao Yan had fused with the heavenly demon Phoenix bloodline. In the eyes of the heavenly demon Phoenix clan, this was a naked insult and a deliberate provocation. Now the other side had chosen the exact moment when Cai Lin was in seclusion and Xiao Yan was far away, unable to arrive in time to make their move. It was obvious they wanted revenge for old grudges. Their method was especially ruthless. They had gone straight for the person Xiao Yan cared about most. This was no longer an ordinary conflict between factions. They had struck precisely at Xiao Yan's most fatal weakness. Xiao Yan immediately made his decision. He had to set off for the Beast region at once. The situation in the Heavenly Mansion Alliance had only just stabilized, and the Hall of Souls was still watching from the shadows, waiting for a chance to move. Xiao Yan did not want to drag the entire alliance into an all-out war against the heavenly demon Phoenix clan. Therefore, he only brought the people he trusted most and whose strength was truly at the peak: the little fairy doctor and Cai Lin. Together, the three of them tore open space and rushed at full speed toward the place where the crisis had erupted. Xiao Yan understood very clearly that Huang Tian, the clan chief of the heavenly demon Phoenix clan, possessed unfathomable strength. But Xiao Yan's own power was no longer what it used to be. Even if he faced Huang Tian head-on and ended up slightly disadvantaged, he was still more than capable of protecting those around him and withdrawing safely. At that moment, the situation in the Beast region had already reached its most dangerous point. And the place Xiao Yan was heading toward was the very center of this storm: the territory of the Nine Serene deep-ground python tribe. The Beast region had always followed the law of strength above all. The ancient Void Dragon tribe had remained hidden for many years, rarely appearing before the world. As for the Nine Serene deep-ground python tribe, they could only rely on the sheer number of their clansmen to barely maintain their standing. But when it came to true peak experts and deep foundations, they were ultimately inferior to the heavenly demon Phoenix clan. Because of this, the heavenly demon Phoenix clan had acted without restraint in the Beast region for years. Their position and authority there were almost comparable to the Hall of Souls' influence in the Central Plains. This time, they came in force and demanded someone by name. The entire matter caused a huge shock throughout the Beast region. Every faction was watching the movements of the Nine Serene deep-ground python tribe, waiting to see whether they would resist to the end or bow their heads and hand Cai Lin over. All the pressure fell instantly on Yao Ming, the clan chief of the Nine Serene deep-ground python tribe, forcing him into an extremely difficult position. Outside stood the overwhelming army of the heavenly demon Phoenix clan. Huang Tian, a late-stage 5-star Dou Saint, personally held the formation. The vast pressure radiating from his body made the entire Nether Snake bloodline territory feel suffocatingly oppressive. Inside the tribe, the elders argued endlessly. Some advocated fighting to the death, while others wanted to compromise and surrender Cai Lin in exchange for the tribe's safety. But Yao Ming had his own clear judgment. Cai Lin was an honored guest entrusted to their tribe for secluded cultivation. More importantly, if they handed her over under outside pressure, then from that day forward, the Nine Serene Deep Ground Python tribe would never again be able to raise its head in the beast region. Gritting his teeth, Yao Ming issued a death order. They would absolutely not hand Cai Lin over. At the same time, he had already sent someone to deliver a request for help to Xiao Yan. At present, the only thing he could do was delay the battle as much as possible and gamble that Xiao Yan would arrive in time. But Huang Tian had no intention of giving them much breathing room. Once the 3-day deadline arrived, his voice, filled with supreme authority, echoed across the mountain range, forcing Yao Ming to immediately give his final answer. Yao Ming brought up Xiao Yan's name, hoping Huang Tian would show some fear. Unexpectedly, after hearing it, Huang Tian only revealed a mocking sneer. He had already intended to settle both new and old grudges together. He had simply been unable to find Xiao Yan's weakness. Now, Cai Lin had become the perfect handle with which to control Xiao Yan. Huang Tian spoke bluntly. Since Xiao Yan had dared to capture his son and use him as leverage, then now he would use the same method and seize Xiao Yan's closest loved one. With the matter having reached this point, there was no longer any room for negotiation. The final moments of the countdown quickly passed. Above the Nine Serene Yellow Springs, only a bone-chilling killing intent remained. When the last second ran out, Yao Ming still showed no sign of compromise. High in the sky, Huang Tian's golden pupils were instantly covered with frost. Without another word, the terrifying aura of a late-stage Five-Star Dou Saint was released without restraint, sweeping across heaven and earth. The countless experts of the heavenly demon Phoenix clan in the sky also tensed at the same time. A great battle was about to erupt. Yao Ming and the top experts of the Nine Serene Deep Ground Python tribe all tightened their nerves. They could already foresee that what came next would be a brutal massacre with heavy casualties. But at the critical instant when Huang Tian was about to raise his hand and order the attack, 3 figures at the distant edge of the sky transformed into streams of light and tore through space at incredible speed. A similarly domineering and powerful aura did not conceal itself in the slightest. It charged straight toward the center of the battlefield. The reinforcements capable of reversing this desperate situation had finally arrived at the most crucial moment. The moment Xiao Yan made his move, it was a killing technique. The Yellow Spring sky rage turned into a sharp and unmatched soul sound wave, ruthlessly blasting toward Huang Tian and forcibly interrupting his attack. But Huang Tian was a 5-star Dou Saint, and at the late stage no less. He was also the master of the heavenly demon Phoenix clan. His physical body was terrifyingly strong. In an instant, he revealed the true body of the heavenly demon Phoenix, moving so quickly that the sky seemed filled with fiery afterimages. Instead, it was Xiao Yan who was forced back again and again, falling into a disadvantage. Huang Tian's massive body appeared once more several hundred zhang in front of Xiao Yan. Terrifying air currents madly tore at Xiao Yan's body. Seeing this scene, Yao Ming and the others' expressions changed drastically. Xiao Yan looked at the enormous body about to collide with him, but he did not choose to retreat. Instead, he raised his hand. A gorgeous fire lotus containing 6 colors slowly appeared in his palm, and an aura capable of destroying heaven and earth quietly spread outward. However, just as Xiao Yan was about to throw out the fire lotus condensed from 6 different heavenly flames, the 9 serene yellow springs below suddenly exploded. A 9-colored pillar of light shot into the sky, standing directly between Xiao Yan and Huang Tian. The sudden change shocked everyone. No one understood where this 9-colored pillar of light had come from. But under that pressure, Yao Ming and the elders of the 9 Serene Deep Ground Python tribe all looked at the light pillar in confusion, because from within it, they actually sensed a pressure that came from both bloodline and soul. Under countless stunned gazes, Huang Tian's huge body slammed directly into the pillar of light. A heaven-shaking boom immediately resounded through the sky. The entire world seemed to tremble under that violent collision. Yet after the impact, enormous cracks spread across the 9-colored pillar of light. Then its surface exploded apart. A nearly 1,000 zhang long 9-colored snake tail shot out from within. With a single swing, it wrapped tightly around Huang Tian's body. As the pillar shattered, a 9-colored giant python even larger than Huang Tian appeared before everyone's eyes. Looking at the enormous 9-colored python stretching across heaven and earth, waves of gasps rang out continuously. Shock surged through countless gazes. This is the seven-colored heaven-swallowing python? No, it's the legendary nine-colored heaven-swallowing python. This was a divine beast that existed only in ancient legends. To a certain extent, its power even surpassed that of the ancient heavenly serpent, the ancestor of snake-type magical beasts. Yao Ming had never imagined that he would personally witness such a being today. No wonder Xiao Yan had allowed Cai Lin to come to the Nine Serene Yellow Springs to cultivate. It turned out she possessed such an extraordinary identity. At this moment, Huang Tian's eyes were also filled with shock. He roared in disbelief. How is this possible? How could the Dou Qi continent still have a nine-colored heaven-swallowing python? Facing his furious roar, the nine-colored giant python remained cold and unmoved. The snake tail wrapped around him slowly tightened. Feeling his body being crushed by a powerful force, Huang Tian raised his head and let out a sharp cry. Terrifying golden light erupted from within his body, slashing wildly like blades at the nine-colored giant python. In the face of his counterattack, the giant python's body flickered. Dozens of seven-colored snake scales automatically fell from its body, instantly transforming into dozens of enormous seven-colored heaven-swallowing pythons. Their snake tails intertwined, forming a net that tightly surrounded Huang Tian. Then these seven-colored heaven-swallowing pythons raised their heads and cried out together. The net rapidly shrank. At that moment, even Huang Tian could not help feeling his scalp turn numb. The thought of retreat immediately rose in his heart. His massive body trembled, changed back into human form, and then rushed madly toward the outside of the snake net. Just as he thought he had escaped danger, a huge snake tail descended from the sky and struck him viciously. Huang Tian's body instantly fell like a cannonball. He spat out a mouthful of blood as he smashed downward. At this moment, the experts of the heavenly demon Phoenix clan were all frozen stiff. Facing the terrifying pressure in the sky, none of them dared to step forward to rescue him. As the entire battlefield sank into silence, the body of the nine-colored heaven-swallowing python gradually began to shrink. Finally, under countless stunned gazes, it transformed into a beautiful figure. After revealing her true form, Cai Lin gently waved her hand. The seven-colored heaven-swallowing python net instantly turned into seven-colored light and merged back into her body. They were actually soul bodies of the seven-colored heaven-swallowing pythons. Only then did everyone realize in horror that those were not simple energy constructs. They were genuine heaven-swallowing python souls. At the thought of this, even Yao Ming felt dizzy. The elders of the Nine Serene deep-ground python tribe were even more shocked beyond words. How could so many rare seven-colored heaven-swallowing pythons suddenly appear? Facing everyone's astonishment, Cai Lin paid them no attention. She merely turned her head slightly and looked toward the black-robed young man not far away. On her charming face, a faint smile slowly appeared. When Xiao Yan saw this, his heart trembled slightly. He then shook his head and laughed softly. "Your seclusion is over?" Cai Lin nodded lightly. Her beautiful eyes swept over him, and she raised her elegant brows. "You've increased your strength quite a bit again." Xiao Yan spread his hands helplessly. "I can't compare with you." Judging from Cai Lin's appearance, this period of seclusion had clearly caused her strength to soar to an astonishing level. "Is that so?" Cai Lin walked to Xiao Yan's side and extended a jade-like finger toward him. Xiao Yan clenched his hand, and pink flames immediately bloomed. Cai Lin's finger stopped outside the flames. With a trace of regret, she said, "I thought I would finally surpass you this time." She still remembered the feeling of once being far stronger than Xiao Yan. What made her depressed was that such a situation seemed unlikely to ever happen again. Xiao Yan also felt somewhat helpless. After this seclusion, Cai Lin seemed to have returned to being that untamable Queen Medusa, cold, alluring, and filled with even greater confidence. He then spoke gently, "All right, stop playing around. What level has your strength reached now?" Seeing Xiao Yan become serious, Cai Lin smiled faintly and answered truthfully, "It should be around 4-Star Dou Saint." Xiao Yan raised his brows slightly and asked in a low voice, "That earlier attack didn't look like something a 4-Star Dou Saint could unleash." He was referring to the terrifying shrinking power of the snake net Cai Lin had displayed earlier. Even someone as powerful as Huang Tian had been forced to avoid its sharpness. It seemed difficult to achieve that with only the power of a 4-star Dou Saint. That was borrowed strength, Cai Lin said, hiding nothing from Xiao Yan. She stepped forward, moving a little closer to him. Then she raised her arm, revealing the smooth skin beneath her sleeve. 7 colored snake patterns wound along her jade-like arm. A trace of surprise flashed through Xiao Yan's eyes. Cai Lin said softly, "Hidden within the 9 Serene Yellow Springs is a nest belonging to the 7-colored heaven-swallowing python clan. I obtained the inheritance of my predecessors there. Some of those predecessors had already lost their physical bodies, but their souls still remained. I awakened them, and they now reside within my body. By borrowing their power, I was able to contend with Huang Tian. If I had relied only on myself, I'm afraid I wouldn't have been able to do it." "So that's how it is." Xiao Yan suddenly understood. Then he asked, "There won't be any problems, will there? These remnant souls of the predecessors are incomplete, but to a certain extent, they are under my control." Hearing Cai Lin say this, Xiao Yan felt slightly relieved. He comforted her. "It's fine. If we have the chance in the future, we can try to repair their souls." Meanwhile, Yao Ming, who was sitting on the ground covered in wounds, finally let out a long breath when he saw Cai Lin return. A relieved smile appeared on his face. He knew that this shocking gamble, in which he had staked the lives of his entire tribe, had been won.